So I tell my kids all the time, look, I would rather you play all wrong notes,
Yes.
not get lost. Let's go the right direction, and let's try to play the right rhythm.
Welcome to today's show, brought to you by Ensemble Block from the box.
Hi, it's Andres Aya with Ensemble Block, and I'm here with Bryan Waites. And I got to work with Bryan in Fort Bend. We call him the GOAT because he's been around forever, and he's always awesome. He's a great educator. He helps out, and now he's got some new adventure going on here with Marimba Warehouse. Now, although this is new, and we'll talk about that, one of the things I noticed when I came to Fort Bend ISD is we have these awesome instruments, and this is something I tried to do in Alvin, and I just couldn't get it off the ground. So we're using bell kits, and we know pedagogically, and you could talk a little bit more about this, but what this does differently than a bell kit. Some band directors don't know. What's the difference?
So the difference is, the bell kit is, first of all, it's tiny, and it's only 2.5 octaves. So you can't even play a full scale in some of the keys, right? So you're limited in that way. You've got the pesky, bolts and the tiny mallets. It just doesn't transfer, right?
Yes.
And
it's just not pleasant for those students.
Yeah, and you take it home and you get in the upper end of that octave, and the parents don't want to hear it, right? The parents don't want to hear it at all. So this is made from premium materials, Hadouk, Baltic birch. It's 3 octaves, larger size bars, so the motor skills kind of transfer straight into 4 1/3, xylophone, glockenspiel. So the way the kids are learning all their motor skills back and forth, they can actually play Bach, on some of these because the range is large enough that they could play through like an all-state etude.
Right. Well, also on bells, just subconsciously, you're not trying to play too loud. Plus, that's not how you play bells.
Exactly. Strut technique, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Now you get on here and you can let the proper muscles develop.
That's right.
Instead of developing all these bad habits. Well, one of the things when I was working at Sartarsha with you, we had a couple of these extra mountains, so it helped out in class.
Yes.
And I don't know, do y'all still have it where you'll have a certain amount of marimbas?
We do. I think for every 10 that your class rents, we'll put an instrument in your classroom, so you have an extra instrument.
For each individual student rents, so then you get one for your classroom.
Exactly. So then you get one for your classroom, and I use it in my classroom. I think I have 3 of them in my classroom, and we pull them out. They're pretty rugged. They're designed to have a small footprint, so the suspension posts are at a 90 degree versus a 180. So you turn it on its end, keys stay on, they don't fall off. They take up a small footprint in your band room.
Right, and this naturally has kind of there's no resonators, but it's built in.
It's built like a guitar, for lack of a better term. It's got a resonation box, so sound kind of comes back. Right. You're listening to your own tone quality. It's not going through with no resonators where you can't really hear. So you're getting a lot of tone.
That can make it more affordable as well. Yeah, being practical.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I know Bryan's been involved with Marimba Warehouse in the past. Can you tell us how things have changed or evolved here since you've gotten involved?
Since I've been involved, my wife worked with Steve Beck, who was the founder of the company.
Right.
She worked with him at ProMark, and he was tired of the bell kit thing, and so he really wanted to kind of change how we teach mallet percussion. And so we got involved. Unfortunately, he suffered a stroke years ago, so we got involved, and we've been bringing the booth to TMEA and promoting the product. And so it's just a product that we believed in. It's changed the way that I teach in my classroom, knowing that my kids can go home and work on, etudes and not just scales or tiny, bits and pieces that we have to modify because we don't have enough range. Play this down an octave, play this up an octave. So it's a product that we believe in quite a bit, and when the opportunity came for us to take over the company, it was a no-brainer.
Yeah, and congratulations on that. I'm really excited to see what they're going to do with Marimba Warehouse, because I don't know if you know this or not, but Bryan and Steve, they're a power percussion couple. They do so much for our community in percussion, and just both are outstanding teachers in their own right.
Thank you.
So we know that it comes from a genuine place, and you want to support it.
Yeah, we're teachers. So, one of our other missions is to provide resources. So we're committed to providing resources through either digitally or where we're working with other teachers. We want to help people learn how to play the instrument. So it's going to spread the wealth. So we'll be through socials and through website providing digital content to help people learn how to play the instrument.
Right. So band directors, if you want to get Marimba Warehouse in your band hall, where should we look to find you, and how can we take advantage of?
So right now we're working with Music and Arts. So if they have a Music and Arts anywhere near them,
yes, Music
Music and Arts has stock available right now. So they can go and place an order that way, and they should be able to get the instrument quite quickly. We've had questions about getting these as class sets, so I'm happy to field any of those questions that band directors want a class set or administrators want to talk to us about getting a class set for their district. They can contact me through marimbawarehouse.com.
Yeah, and that's huge. Take advantage of that. Send your students to Marimba Warehouse. Each student that rents, getting just one extra instrument in your band hall, it's huge.
Yeah.
That's all I had to hear when I came into Fort Bend IC. I was like, let's go. All right, you are sticking with Marimba Warehouse.
Appreciate that.
Awesome. Well, is there anything else you want to talk to us about?
I don't think so. I just released a little book, a sight reading book.
Really?
Yep, it's free. Yep, right now it's free online, so you can go to our website, go to the store, like the first thing you see, Live Behind Bars promo code. It's free through the rest of the convention.
Talk us through a little bit about what we can see in the book.
So in the book, it starts with, it's like a visual primer, so it kind of starts up on reading through the upper manual, and it starts in a very small range. So we work in F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, right, where the kids are eyes, and they're just working through 3 notes, gaining confidence in just playing, learning direction, learning interval.
Yes.
Right? And then we work through the other portion of the upper manual, and we start to bring them down into the lower manual as they read. And they're very short melodies. They're 4 bars, 8 bars. I think the longest one is maybe 16 bars. And it's really just getting kids to recognize pattern,
yes,
and interval and direction, so, and not be afraid to hit wrong notes, because, let's face it, this is probably the hardest instrument to read on.
Yes.
We don't get to touch it. We got this long mallet, right? It's weighted weird. So every other instrument, you get physical contact. Piano, trumpet, there's no different size of trumpet, right? The valves are all about the same size. Well, our keys vary, so we just hit tons of wrong notes.
Yeah.
And especially at the young age, kids are afraid to make mistakes. So just, the book is about don't be afraid to hit a wrong note. Let's keep our eyes on music.
Yes.
Let's go the right direction, and let's play the right rhythm, and the notes will come.
Yes.
So it's all about short melodies. It's all about closer ranges. I think by about the 3rd chapter, they're playing within an octave. So
it's all about setting them up for success, because
exactly.
You need to build belief in your reading skills of keyboard. I think all our band directors are frustrated with their keyboard readers.
Yeah, and I was one of those kids when I was growing up, don't give me the Malafar,
Same.
right?
Yeah. And they want to memorize.
Yes,
so
they want to memorize. That's
giving them a book that really focuses on keeping their eyes on the music and understanding those basic concepts and rules, instead of I have to survive.
Right.
Do what I have, whatever I have to do, and that's how you get the memorization going.
Right. So, exactly. So I tell my kids all the time, look, I would rather you play all wrong notes.
Yes.
Not get lost. Let's go the right direction, and let's try to play the right rhythm. Right. So.
And I think what band directors need to understand is the percussionists. They're already dividing their time 50 and 50.
Right.
So they're getting half the time reading.
Right.
Where the clarinet player is always reading, can feel it right there.
Right.
Then the next year, getting on an instrument maybe every 5 pieces of music.
Right.
And so setting them up for success with this book and getting them reading early on and getting that belief, not disbelief, it's huge to set them up.
And it's written in such a way that you can spend 3 minutes, 5 minutes a day. Let's read these 4 bars. Let's do these 8 bars. Just go through the process of short analysis. What's my range? Where am I playing on the instrument? Let's pick some things out. Let's count through it, and then just play something brand new that they've never seen.
Right. I think that's great when a true educator like you takes over something like this. It's from the right place, and what band directors, what they need and what the students need. So that's great. Congratulations on all this.
Yeah,
and when you told me about this, I was super excited. So I can't wait to see what you continue to do with this, because this is a great product. Go check it out. Thank you so much for your time and telling us about this, and we look forward to seeing more.
Thank you. Appreciate
Awesome.
it.
We'll catch you guys.
Thank you to Mr. Bryan Waites and Marimba Warehouse for sharing their story with us. To find out more about how your students and schools can partner with them and elevate their approach to practicing at home, please visit marimbawarehouse.com. This episode was produced by Ensemble Block. Team members Andres Aya, Carl Arietta, Eric Caraway, William Pan, with original music composed by Sean Anderson. If you enjoyed the show, please take a moment to subscribe and check the links in the description down below to find out how you can get these episodes straight to your inbox. Our website, ensembleblock.com, where you can stream more videos of performances, video lessons, and interviews, along with all sorts of interactive media and free sheet music. Again, that's ensembleblock.com. This is William Pan. Thanks so much again for listening and joining us from the box.